the science, learn the facts, learn more, read. Don't just listen blindly to your medical doctor. There's something they invented called the internet where you can actually get other opinions than what you're hearing. This is not the 1970s where what your doctor said was gospel. There is a better way. If whatever your medical condition is, whatever your doctor labeled diagnosis is, if it's diabetes or it's hypertension or thyroid or kidney, there's a reason for it, and you have to find out the reason and go seek out a good holistic physician, go seek out a doctor of chiropractic and learn the truth, and let that holistic healer guide you to recovering your health and living a long, happy life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's groundbreaking. It's things that we've been talking about for years, and people are just scared to talk about it. It's just too much for people to accept the scary truth, but it's true.
Do you feel that vaccines have affected your child?
I do, yeah. He was ahead in all of his milestones for many years, until he was almost 3. And then he started, instead of progressing, he started regressing. And it was a very slow regression, but we know that the vaccines contributed. Other things probably contributed as well, but the vaccines definitely did. So.
What do you think about your community reacting in the way that it has?
Just the question I have is, why is everybody so scared of, I mean, it's scary for a lot of people, but, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things people used to think smoking was good for you, right? Or the earth was flat. So I think they need to listen to the parents. You know, the parents, so many people are saying, this is what happened to our child, and why won't you listen to us? And, you know, we don't have anything to gain by coming forward and talking about this because our kids already have autism. We just want to help other people to keep from going through what we've gone through. It's really hard, yeah.
How old is your?
He's 12, and he was diagnosed when he was 3. And he was very severe at first when he regressed. And we do biomedical treatments, diet, supplements, and you know, every year he comes back. He bounces back a little more every year, and he's amazing.
Would you, knowing what you know now, would you change your mind about the vaccination?
For sure. Our family has a lot of autoimmunity disorders on both sides of the family, and if I knew now what I know now, I would definitely, if I might not even vaccinate, or if I did, it would definitely be slowed down. I probably would wait until maybe he was over 3, for sure. Yeah.
Is there anything I have not asked that you want to
Not really. I think you've done a great job.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for
Okay.
opening up to me.
All right. Very nervous.
P like Paul, E-N-N-Y. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
So what are you speaking about today?
I'm speaking on the basics of vaccine, common things that they talk about in vaccines. Like vaccines are safe, vaccines are effective, and they really are neither. So and I put in all of my slides documented research from mainstream medical literature to show people that we are not anti-science. There is an entire body of science out there that is completely being ignored by mainstream medical doctors and the media and everybody else that says that, you know, the science is done, we have concluded this, there's nothing more to talk about. Vaccines are safe, effective, protective, and therefore, you know, vaccinate your kids. And I think that there's a whole other way of looking at this. I think that vaccines are not safe, they do not protect you, and that they definitely cause harm.
Do you think that states should allow people to make the choice to not vaccinate their kids?
I absolutely do, because what we do is we're vaccinating children with 50 doses of 16 different vaccines by the time they start kindergarten. Just the sheer volume of that is not benign. And what we are trying to vaccinate against are mild childhood illnesses that cause a fever, a cough, a rash, and some diarrhea. And we are risking the exchange of that for a lifetime of chronic illness, lifetime of neurodevelopmental problems, even death. And I think that once parents start to investigate and they start realizing that you can err on the side of your child may get ill, but you can keep them healthy with the whole sort of things versus the risk of the vaccines, I don't think there's any discussion about it, and that parents should have the right to refuse.
Have you experienced this kind of opposition in the past, or people just not being happy about events or speakers?
Well, it's pretty interesting. I've been doing this full-time for 17 years. I began investigating problems associated with vaccines 17 and a half years ago. I can honestly say I've never spoken at an event that when you pulled into the parking lot, there were state highway patrol and state policemen and people that are patrolling. I've never had this kind of a blowback. Now, has there been resistance? Yes. But I think that people are so resistant to just hearing new information. We're not the problem. The problem is the belief in the religion of vaccines, that people are not willing to just say, well, maybe I ought to check this out. Maybe I missed a little piece of information. Maybe if I heard things differently, maybe my opinion would change. So this blowback has been unbelievable.
Is there anything I have not asked that I should know or you know?
One of the things that is always perplexing to me is why physicians are not willing to look at this information, why they won't look at a package insert, why they won't listen to parents, why they won't just say, wow, if one of my patients got a shot of penicillin and had a severe reaction, I would say don't give them any more penicillin. But if they get a vaccine and have a severe reaction, we say we don't know what caused it, but we definitely know it's not the vaccine. That has to change. Yeah, sure. I've done a few of these.
Okay. Helping with this event?
Well, I was really concerned. I had seen over the course of my practice, 37 years as a chiropractor, a dramatic increase in the amount of chronic illness in children. Inflammatory disease, inflammatory bowel disease, eczema, all types of conditions, anxiety, stress disorders, and to the point where the statistics now are showing over 50% of children in the U.S. have one or more chronic health issues. It wasn't that way when I was a child growing up. So in looking at statistics, looking at the research, I felt that we needed to start talking about solutions, talk about causes, talk about solutions in ways different than what's currently being done. And so that's why we organized this. We have speakers who are talking about things other than pharmacological management of these chronic health issues.
What do you think of the opposition that has
I
shown
think
up?
that we're in America. I think it's their right to do that. I do not agree that they just pigeonhole us into a certain area, whether it be vaccination or something else. I think that we have a right to be here, and we are offering people choices, thinking maybe outside the box of conventionality, but any changes, or many of the changes that occurred throughout history, have been a result of thinkers outside of what's considered conventional.
Who organized the police presence?
This was a situation that they had contacted us, and because there was talk of possible protests, so we cooperated 100% with them, and they're here, because of that, because of the concern that there may have been some issues, but yeah.
Are there any threats, or is it just talking like protest type?
I believe it's just protesting.
Some people think this is an anti-vaccine event. What would you say to them?
Are we talking about vaccines? Yes, we are. Are there some speakers that have mentioned being anti-vax? Yes, that's true. But we're also talking about other aspects which are incredibly important. We're talking about nutrition. We're talking about lifestyle changes. I'm speaking this afternoon about chiropractic and brain function. We have Dr. Suki Muker is talking about the effects of lifestyle change and on improving function. So there's so much more to it than just vaccines.
How many people are you expecting today?
I don't know, I think we're close to 200.
Are the ticket prices going to cover costs for the event, that kind of thing? Or is
We'll
there any
find out.
funds, or-
We'll find out after everything's done.
Is there anything I have not asked that you want to say?
Well, I just want to say that I appreciate the opportunity for us to put this conference on in Vermont, to hold it here in a facility that is public, because these are citizens and we pay our taxes, and we want to offer people an opportunity to learn, and to learn how to live their lives more congruently with natural processes, which lead to healthier outcomes. So that's why we're here.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.